Hello there and welcome to another edition of Debatable here on GodIsAGeek.com. My name is Colm, and listen, right, we've now established that Debatable is fortnightly. It's every Monday at 9 a.m. and barring some sort of horrible incident where I die, it will be every Monday at 9 a.m. because that is the importance of scheduling. Television is changing. Netflix's a la carte ethos has allowed us to sit down over a weekend and binge watch all of Making a Murderer or Narcos, ready to come into work on a Monday morning and have a post-mortem with colleagues around the coffee machine. But appointment TV is still alive and well. Just look at Game of Thrones, for instance, beating its own records with the season 5 finale, and The Walking Dead averaging somewhere between 12 and 14 million an episode in America with the last season. Why? I have no idea, because those of us of sane mind left in the season where they were on Herschel's farm, because it's an awful television programme. Audiences know that these serialised dramas run for a certain number of episodes a year and without fail will be on telly at a specific time, on a specific day, on a specific channel. So why can't video games get this right? On November 24th, 2015, Kentucky Route Zero developer Cardboard Computer tweeted that Act 4 of their 5-act serial adventure game was almost finished. Act 1 was released in January 2013. I don't for one second bring the quality of the acts into question. They're great, I'm quite the fan in fact. But because the studio mentioned on their Kickstarter page that episodes would be released 3 months apart, I can't help but feel like my excitement for the game is constantly waning as the years go by. In my view, Tales from the Borderlands was a standout last year. Melding the mechanics of a modern-day Telltale game with the humour and style of Gearbox's property was a resounding success. And those musical intros... oh, wow! Woo-hoo. They were good. It's a good noise. I'm making noises because I liked them. Taking the entire 5 episodes into account, it was at least in the conversation for some outlets' Gotti of the Year awards once last December hit. However, Tales from the Borderlands wasn't exactly the most reliable either, with our first encounter involving Fiona and Reese occurring in November 2014. Telltale's inconsistency would be funny if it wasn't so infuriating. There was a 4-month wait between the penultimate and final episodes of their take on Game of Thrones. 4 months! That's enough time to completely forget about 5 chapters of build-up before partaking in House Forrester's conclusion. While it's been going through a kind of a bit of a renaissance in recent years with The Walking Dead and whatnot, we can date adventure games back as far as about 1979. Automated Simulation's Dungeon Quest series began with the Temple of Asphi. There were these things called micro quests that came afterwards in November 79, January 1980, September 1980, September 1981. You get the idea. Sonic the Hedgehog 4, very excited about it. It lasted a whopping 19 months. And there was 2 episodes, Sonic 2. Half-Life 2, like I even need to tell you, saw a 16-month gap between episodes 1 and 2. It's difficult to find a developer or publisher that can actually nail down a schedule. I can't even think. No. There is one. In September 2014, Capcom laid their cards out on the table and announced that Resident Evil Revelations 2 would be released episodically. Starting on the week beginning of the 23rd of February 2015, each episode was scheduled to be available on Xbox, PlayStation and PC digital store shelves weekly. You know, like a program on the telly that's episodic. Once all 4 chapters in this story were out, a full version of the game would be made available, encompassing all 4 episodes and even 2 bonus episodes. You know, like a box set for the program on the telly that you didn't watch at the fucking time. I'm not here to judge the quality of Resident Evil Revelations 2, nor am I here to speculate on whether it would have been better served to come out as one unsegmented experience. I am here, however, to give Capcom some plaudits for having a plan and sticking to it. It's difficult to remain invested in a serialized narrative if I don't know when I'll next get to enter that world and live amongst these characters. Imagine watching an episode of Sons of Anarchy and not knowing when you're going to get to see the beautiful, stunning, fucking hell, he's a handsome face of Jax Teller again. How is it so difficult to plan the release schedule of your episodic video game ahead of time? Leading up to the release of Episode 4, Life is Strange developer Don't Nod Entertainment announced that the series had garnered 1 million in sales. Whether that's individual episodes or season passes, I'm not sure, but either way, that number has been well past at this stage. A critical and commercial success for the French studio, Life is Strange was showered with praise because it depicted life as a teenager, and a lot of people my age, probably a bit older, maybe a bit younger, were able to relate to these characters that they were watching on screen. Therefore, some people overlooked the extended waits between episodes. When we spoke to creative director Jean-Maxime Maurice in January of last year, he said that Square Enix were on board with the episodic format and, quote, "Our goal is to have a steady time window in between releases. That is very important to us, but that means we had to plan a lot ahead, and all the episodes are being worked on in parallel. So episode 1 right now is in polish phase and basically finished. Episode 5 is already being worked on. What we would like to do, because episodic game communities are very vocal, is to take feedback from the community into account." While he said that feedback would be kind of taken on board as the series kind of went along, he also said that episode 5 was in development even before episode 1 was available to the public. But if that is the case, why did it take 9 months to get to the conclusion of Max Caulfield's tale? I won't lie to you, I destroyed Narcos. About a week, I'd say. I lapped that shit up like a cocaine fiend in the Colombian jungle. But I also enjoyed discussing Walter White's weekly descent into madness with my buddies in the boozer. Episodic affairs can easily live alongside 100-hour witchers in this medium of ours. But if you have me second guessing what occurred 2 episodes ago because 6 months have passed, don't be surprised. And don't be surprised when people decide to bow out. If you're going to do it right. Claire and Barry, they did it right. And that just about does it for this week's episode of Debatable. Thank you very much for watching. We'll be back again in 2 weeks' time to talk about something probably, otherwise there wouldn't really be a show. But I do implore you, if you enjoyed this video and if you enjoyed the videos on the God is Geek YouTube channel, please donate some of your hard-earned cash to our Patreon. Head to patreon.com/GodIsAGeek and you'll get all the details there. You get early videos, you get an extended podcast, you get stuff for your money. Alright, so it's not a bad deal. But once again, yeah, thank you very much for watching. But if you disagree with anything I said on this show and past shows and future shows, well look, just remember, alright, I always say this, you should probably know by now, it's my opinion and my opinion alone. And as always, dear friends, it's debatable. Should have backed the God is a Geek Patreon.